Pain is a universal experience. It can come in many forms, emotional, physical, or spiritual, and can often feel overwhelming. During these times, it may seem like no one understands what we are going through. But there's a comforting truth we often forget. God knows our pain. This knowledge can be a profound source of comfort and strength. It may not always be apparent, but God is always aware of our struggles and is there to support us. This realization can shift our perspective, helping us see our pain not as a punishment, but as a part of our journey. When we remember that we are not alone, we can find the courage to face our challenges head-on. The idea that God knows our pain and cares deeply for us can provide a soothing balm to our troubled hearts. This is not just a comforting thought, but a reality that can transform how we view our circumstances. When we go through tough times, it's easy to feel isolated. This isolation can lead to despair and make us question our worth and purpose. If we don't acknowledge that God is with us, we might spiral into negative thinking, believing that we are alone in our suffering. This feeling of isolation can be dangerous, as it can prevent us from reaching out for help and support when we need it the most. It can lead to a sense of hopelessness, making it hard to see the light at the end of the tunnel. However, understanding that God is always with us can counteract these feelings of isolation. Knowing that a higher power is aware of our struggles can provide a sense of comfort and connection, reminding us that we are never truly alone. This knowledge can inspire us to seek out support from others and to open our hearts to the love and comfort that God offers. God's awareness of our pain is not passive. It's an active, loving attention that knows every detail of our lives. He understands our deepest fears, our secret hopes, and the burdens we carry. This awareness is a powerful testament to God's compassion and love for us. It's easy to forget this in the hustle and bustle of daily life, especially when we're overwhelmed by pain. We might feel that our problems are too small for God to notice, or that we are unworthy of His attention. But the truth is, God cares deeply about every aspect of our lives. His awareness is not limited by time or space. He knows our past, present, and future. This means that He understands our pain even better than we do. He knows how it affects us and what we need to heal. This awareness is not just about observation. It's a promise of His presence and support. Knowing that God is aware of our pain can bring immense relief and peace. It assures us that our struggles are seen and acknowledged, and that we are never truly alone. This understanding can be the first step toward finding healing and comfort in the midst of our pain. The knowledge that God is always present, especially during our most painful moments, brings profound comfort. This divine presence is like a gentle, reassuring embrace that tells us we are not alone in our suffering. When we acknowledge God's presence, it can transform our experience of pain. Instead of feeling abandoned or forgotten, we begin to see our struggles in a new light. God's presence is a constant reminder that we are loved and valued, no matter what we are going through. This awareness can be a source of immense strength, giving us the courage to face our challenges. It's comforting to know that God walks with us through every trial, offering guidance and support. Even when we cannot see the way forward, trusting in His presence helps us to feel secure and hopeful. This divine companionship assures us that we are not navigating our pain alone. God is there, understanding and caring for us every step of the way. Faith is a powerful tool that helps us endure pain and find meaning in our experiences. When we are rooted in faith, we have a solid foundation that supports us through life's storms. This foundation is built on the belief that God is always with us, working for our good, even in the midst of pain. Having faith doesn't mean we won't experience difficulties. Rather, it means we have the strength to face them with courage and hope. Faith allows us to trust in God's plan, even when we don't understand it. It reassures us that our pain has a purpose and that God can bring good out of even the most difficult situations. By holding on to our faith, we can find peace and resilience. This inner strength helps us to keep moving forward, even when the road is tough. It is through faith that we can rise above our circumstances, knowing that God's love and grace are always available to us. This strength is not just for surviving but for thriving, turning our pain into a source of growth and transformation. Prayer is a powerful way to connect with God and seek comfort during challenging times. It is a personal conversation with the divine, where we can express our deepest fears, hopes, and desires. Through prayer, we open our hearts to God's love and guidance, finding solace in His presence. Prayer is not just about asking for help. It's also about listening and finding peace in God's response. It can be a time of reflection where we gain clarity and strength. In moments of pain, prayer can be a lifeline, helping us to release our burdens and trust in God's plan. It's a way to reaffirm our faith and remind ourselves of God's constant presence. By making prayer a regular part of our lives, we cultivate a deeper relationship with God, drawing closer to His wisdom and love. Prayer helps us to stay grounded, providing a sense of calm and assurance that we are not alone in our struggles. It is through this sacred practice that we can find the strength to endure, knowing that God is always listening and ready to support us. Pain is often seen as something to be avoided, but it can also be a profound teacher. While it's natural to want to escape discomfort, understanding that pain can have a purpose helps us to navigate it more effectively. From a spiritual perspective, pain is not a punishment but a way for us to grow and deepen our understanding of life. It challenges us to look inward and confront aspects of ourselves that we might otherwise ignore. Through pain, we learn resilience, empathy, and the strength to overcome obstacles. It can also be a catalyst for change, prompting us to reevaluate our lives and make necessary adjustments. This perspective allows us to see pain as a transformative experience, one that can lead to greater wisdom and self-awareness. By embracing the lessons pain has to offer, we open ourselves to healing and personal growth. It's not about seeking out pain, but about finding meaning in it when it comes, trusting that God uses these moments to shape and refine us. No one should have to face pain alone. A supportive community can make a significant difference in how we cope with difficult times. Whether it's family, friends, or a spiritual group, having people around who understand and care about us provides a crucial lifeline. These connections offer a space to share our burdens, receive encouragement, and feel less isolated. A community can also provide practical support, helping us navigate challenges more effectively. In a spiritual context, being part of a faith community can deepen our connection to God and strengthen our faith. It reminds us that we are part of a larger family, united by shared beliefs and values. This sense of belonging can be incredibly comforting, especially when we are struggling. It's important to reach out and let others in, allowing them to support us. In turn, we can offer our support to others, creating a network of care and compassion. This mutual support is a reflection of God's love in action, reminding us that we are never truly alone. Holding on to pain, resentment, or anger can be a heavy burden. It can keep us trapped in a cycle of negativity, preventing us from healing and moving forward. Letting go is not about forgetting or dismissing our experiences, but about releasing the hold they have on us. It's about forgiving those who have hurt us and, importantly, forgiving ourselves. This process can be challenging, but it is essential for our well-being. By letting go, we free ourselves from the weight of the past and open up to new possibilities. It allows us to heal and make space for joy and peace in our lives. This act of release is also an act of faith, trusting that God will take care of us and that we are not defined by our pain. Letting go doesn't mean we won't still feel the sting of our experiences, but it means we are choosing to focus on healing rather than holding on to hurt. It's a powerful step toward reclaiming our lives and finding freedom in our hearts. Hope is a powerful force that can sustain us through the darkest times. It is the belief that things can and will get better, that there is light at the end of the tunnel. In the context of faith, hope is rooted in the assurance that God has a plan for us, even when we cannot see it. It's a reminder that our struggles are temporary and that we are destined for greater things. This promise of hope is not just about future outcomes. It's about finding strength and purpose in the present moment. It encourages us to keep going, even when the path is difficult. Hope inspires us to look beyond our current circumstances and trust in the goodness that lies ahead. It is a beacon that guides us through our pain, reminding us that we are not alone and that God's love is always with us. By holding on to hope, we can face our challenges with courage and resilience, knowing that better days are coming. Pain is an inevitable part of life, but it does not have to define us. By understanding that God knows our pain and is always with us, we can find comfort and strength. This divine presence assures us that we are never truly alone, no matter how isolated we might feel. Faith, prayer, and community support are essential tools that help us navigate our struggles. They remind us of the importance of hope and the power of letting go. By embracing these principles, we can transform our pain into a source of growth and healing. We are all on a journey, and each step, no matter how difficult, brings us closer to becoming the people we are meant to be. Let us trust in God's plan, find strength in our faith, and support one another as we navigate the challenges of life. Together, we can overcome any obstacle and find joy and peace in the knowledge that we are loved and cared for by a compassionate and understanding God.